It's disheartening to see many clients who've tried to follow a fat loss diet on their own and end up not achieving the results they hoped for. But through my experience as a trainer and athlete over the years, I've managed to identify a pattern that works best for losing weight and burning fat successfully, even without professional guidance. Just by following these three powerful steps towards fat burning success, I've helped thousands of people successfully reshape their aesthetic look. My dream is for everyone in the world who starts a diet to lose fat to know these tips and easily achieve their goal, because this is a truly efficient step-by-step guide. I'll also explain how these can be applied to significantly improve your weight loss journey. And now let's dive into the first secret. What many people don't realize is that not all fat in our body is the same. Within fat cells, there are two types of receptors that make all the difference: alpha and beta receptors. Think of alpha receptors as the not-so-good ones because they encourage the body to store fat, and beta receptors as the good ones, since they stimulate the burning of fat for energy production, which is excellent when we're engaging in physical exercises without harming muscle mass. Were you aware of this? Continuing, the location of these receptors varies, and there are some important details we need to pay attention to. In men, a higher concentration of alpha receptors is found in abdominal fat and the infamous love handles, as a way of protecting internal organs. In women, this concentration occurs more around the hips and waist, related to reproductive functions. This distribution explains why losing fat in these specific areas can be so challenging compared to other areas. While we notice weight loss in certain parts of the body, the more resistant fat, especially around the abdomen, seems to defy our efforts. This leads many people to give up on their plan after a few weeks of trying. But can targeted exercises like crunches be the solution to stubborn belly fat? A study involving sedentary individuals aiming to lose weight put participants on a concentrated abdominal training regimen, practiced 4 times a week for 6 weeks. The results showed that this specific method did not contribute to a reduction in abdominal fat in overweight individuals, meaning we need a comprehensive plan to achieve this goal, activating both types of fat correctly through a caloric deficit, abdominal exercises, and cardio exercises, to then have the complete package for fat reduction and muscle definition. It's important to understand that only after your body has eliminated a significant amount of fat cells from the less resistant areas will it begin to target the more stubborn fat cells to generate energy, and then reach an optimal level of body fat to allow for good muscle definition. A reality I'll now detail in our second secret, often overlooked by many when starting a diet, is the expectation of linear and constant weight loss, week after week. You need to understand that the system is a bit more complex, and I'll explain why in detail. Factors like your food intake, how regularly you go to the bathroom, your hydration level, among others, can cause your weight to fluctuate by up to about 5 pounds daily. Therefore, it's crucial to reflect on what's working or not in your routine without jumping to conclusions based solely on short-term weight variations. I always recommend to my clients, following an approach based on proven methods, to weigh themselves daily using the same scale, in the morning on an empty stomach, before consuming any food or drink. By adopting this habit, you might still notice some weight fluctuations, but they will be less pronounced and increasingly accurate. However, it's important to focus on long-term results rather than being overly concerned with immediate outcomes. I myself only check my weight once a week, always on the same day and at the same time, as this helps me stay focused on my plan. Instead of getting caught up in daily fluctuations, which can lead to a frustrating cycle of unnecessary worries, try to do as I do. Check your progress week by week, not day by day. You'll have a clearer perspective of your advancement on your weight and fat loss journey. In the first weeks, it's common to notice a significant reduction. Afterward, the loss continues in a downward trend, but at a more moderate pace, as your body adjusts to the routine. I understand that most people have the idea that they just want to lose weight, but I also know that for a perfect aesthetic result with the highest body quality, what they really mean is that they want to lose fat. This is a crucial distinction. If your goal is simply to see a lower number on the scale, you could achieve this quickly by adopting an extremely restrictive diet and dedicating yourself exhaustively to aerobic exercises. And there's even a video on the channel discussing these two topics. But let me tell you, following this path won't result in the appearance you're aiming for, because the weight you see on the scale reflects both fat and muscle. While a routine of high caloric expenditure and low caloric intake can indeed reduce your weight quickly, it's likely that most of the weight lost will be muscle mass, not fat. By adopting this radical pace, your body first uses muscles and then fat for energy. So, you'll lose weight overall without the aesthetic benefits of muscle definition, in addition to facing issues like fatigue and increased appetite, which are negative consequences of muscle mass loss. To truly achieve the aesthetic appearance, well-being, and quality of life, the focus should be on losing fat, not just reducing weight at any cost. Bearing this in mind, our third secret about losing fat will discuss the importance of building and optimizing your muscle mass to enhance aesthetic appearance, increase fat loss, and correct your body composition for an improved version. To ensure the preservation or even increase of muscle mass during the weight loss process, there are effective strategies you can adopt. Let's start by including weightlifting in your regular routine. It doesn't have to be anything too intense or frequent. Starting with 3 days of muscle training per week can already significantly improve your aesthetics. Moreover, a crucial factor in this process is the importance of increasing protein intake. A study involving women who engage in strength and resistance training divided them into two groups. One increased their daily protein intake, while the other decreased it. Initially, both groups consumed approximately 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. The group with lower protein intake reduced their consumption to 0.5 grams per kilogram, while the group with higher intake raised it to 1.5 grams per kilogram. After 8 weeks, the group that increased their protein intake not only gained muscle mass, but also achieved a reduction in body fat. Something even more surprising from this study was observing the impact on the total daily caloric intake. The group that consumed more protein increased their daily caloric intake by about 250 calories. Normally, we tend to think that an increase in calories would lead to fat gain, but this group experienced a significant reduction in body fat, despite having increased the calories they consumed exclusively through proteins. This highlights that including more protein in the diet is essential. Commonly, it's expected that a caloric reduction will lead to fat loss. However, the study showed a different scenario, where the group that reduced their protein intake didn't lose fat like the group that increased it. This suggests there's something particularly special about protein that significantly influences the body, regardless of an increase or decrease in the total amount of calories consumed. This uniqueness of protein could play a crucial role in the observed body transformations, highlighting its value beyond mere caloric concerns. Regarding workouts for better results, when you commit to intense training sessions and maintain good consistency, you achieve results much faster. By engaging in exercises that increase your muscle gain, you automatically accelerate your metabolism and force your body to spend more energy on the muscle that is being built. With a daily workout of up to an hour and a half, 3 times a week, you can quickly progress in muscle quality and reduction of body fat. Focusing on intensity is also very important, as your body needs a minimum challenge to evolve and adapt. So, by eating in a more adjusted and correct manner and training at least 3 times a week, you will burn many calories during the workout, stimulate muscles to recover after, which also melts calories and burns a lot of fat. And check this out. Bigger muscle consumes more calories even when at rest, which is excellent for speeding up the drastic reduction of body fat and leaving your aesthetics flawless. So, the plan is this. Use the energy you're consuming to boost your workouts, and thus help you define, leaving your shape more muscular and strong. Go ahead and give a like and subscribe here to receive the best news and methods for perfect aesthetics with a pure fit form. Thank you and see you soon.